They don't wanna see me shine. Might go blind, and the blind can't leave the blind. Dropping gems on them, they don't pay no mind. Nope. It ain't worth throwing pearls and swine. Love that fast money, wanna stick something. But a slow million better than a quick 100. One line at a time, keeping hits coming. Uncut blow, take a whiff of it. It's a shame what they do for wealth. Wanna be Wayne, shoot yourself. Like December 31st, let off from choppers like it's January 1st. July 4th with them fireworks. Put that mask on, October 31st. You the best, guess we the worst. This is my world, Mr. Universe.
We live and direct for the cash and respect. From the bottom of the barrel like a terrorist threat. To the top like a crown high on the apex. Old school, new school, every goon on deck. Coming live and direct for the cash and respect. From the bottom of the barrel like a terrorist threat. To the top like a crown high on the apex. Old school, new school, every goon on deck.
Coming live and direct, can't pardon your disrespect. From the G's to the goons, little homies on deck. This is boom back like a terrorist threat. Keep it gully good, can't shame my rap. Spit a universal code, take game and bet. Homie free thinker, bring your gang and set. I'm a suicide king, never bang regret. From the bottom of the barrel like the game is fit. As long as I'm alive, too legit to quit. The hustle is the turn, trying to flip the script. Don't let the struggle burn, you gotta flick the switch. Third pound on the move, so ridiculous.
Never judge a book by its cover. Realest story never told, word of mother. The blood been bonded by the Never judge a book by its cover. Realest story never told, word of mother. The blood been bonded by the mother. Yeah.
You already made the assumption. The look on your face like you hate me or something. I cannot wait till the day that I'm bumping. People today really think I be bugging. One thing that I value above money is loyalty. Snakes in the grass, I don't cut it, they calling me. Don't want me winning, they trying to get all of me. Deal with the pressure, ain't no annoying me. Remember the joke in the season? They jealous, they couldn't believe it. Now I'm excelling, I'm here for a reason. Blood for my brothers, I fled the allegiance. I do what I do for a reason. Third pound gave me the teaching. Tell your baby daddy stop the bleeding. Cause the lies that he's telling ain't believing. Get out of here. I play it by ear though, thug with a working bird, but I'm the weirdo.
Yeah. Did you do some what? Don't get me wrong, spit about it. Throw your hands up. I wanna know something though. Everyone's talking about how much guns they got. Everyone's talking about how much they keep it real. And everyone's talking about how many niggas they kill. But I wanna know how everybody's a gangster. Where's the snitches at? Where's the bitches at? Where's the niggas that just can't take the pressure, man? Where's the set trippers, the fiends, and backstabbers? Cause I wanna know how everybody's a gangster. Wanna rhyme, we can get it on. Listen, but if you tryna shine, the nigga I'd advise throw some glitter on. This nigga's wrong, heard the flow. Third for show, bite the hand that feeds you, deserve to choke. But shit, I ain't mad, we could burn the smoke. Shit, I'm cool, I bought a noose, you could learn the ropes. I show you how you be a everybody, every day. And Blade the pump, they never gave a fuck about them anyway. Any day, you might see me with the link when it's out 3. Truthfully, I give a fuck what they thinking about me. I don't know y'all niggas from a hole in the wall. Shit stain all choking the drawers. I came knocking for the gang, nigga, open the door. Pain stopping at your brain when I'm holding the fall. 3 holes in his head, you could ball with the ball. And I know that you know that I know that you ain't sure if I got my cash up, Mag Tucker, if I'm just vulnerable. The ladder's not likely, dog, and I don't mind showing you. Pine cone you, letting God get a hold of you, knowing that it's my time and I'm overdue. What? But everyone's talking about how much guns they got. Everyone's talking about how much they keep it real. And everyone's talking about how many niggas they kill. But I wanna know how everybody's a gangster. Where's the snitches at? Where's the bitches at? Where's the niggas that just can't take the pressure, man? Where's the set trippers, the fiends, and backstabbers? I'm just trying to know how everybody.
Salute! Welcome to BANGnACES Live and Direct Sport Commentary Live with your host, Bang. And we are back, people. Salute, salute, salute. Sir Charles in the chat. Salute. Welcome back, baby. And we are back. This is BANGnACES live and direct sport commentary. And today we're going to dive in. We're going to get off the Knick train and the New York East Coast. And we're going to dip to the West Coast and talk about a little bit about this drama that's been going on all off season with the Lakers. And all the media frenzy with the Lakers. It's realistic. They had a down season, but a hurt season. And they've been here before. I've seen it before. Talking about Julius Randle days. Talking about Lonzo Ball days, Kuzma and those guys. These guys got the blame. The media blame everything. They leave the Lakers. They all doing well. They all doing good. So I guess they were just too young. And now we're here again. So it just we're gonna analyze some business of the Lakers. We're gonna analyze the Lakers. We're gonna analyze Westbrook. We're gonna analyze Lebron, Sir Lebron over there. But yeah, come on in. Do something a little different today, because I don't really agree with the narrative that's in mainstream media. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to debate it. And maybe we even get Ace on the line today. Maybe we get Ace on the line today. And see get his critique on the whole situation. Let me see. Actually, let's see if we can invite him. Click out. Oh, y'all, from a hole in the wall. Yeah, anyway. Today, welcome to BANGnACES live and direct sport commentary. Today's Lakers off season in a pinch. Is Russel Westbrook a done deal? LeBron James addicted to winning? Inside the mind of the GOAT superstar champion that he is? Does LeBron actually opt into his deal? Nobody's talking about it. It seems like they're trying to move away from it, not let it be a major issue until it's an issue. But when he opt into his deal, did the Lakers do enough for him to opt in and guarantee him a success or opportunity at success? His addicted to winning demeanor and attitude, and from his statement to his heart to his mind, we're going to analyze all of that. Or does he opt out based on a lack of management, minuscule upgrade to the team during this offseason? The failure to bring in Kyrie, maybe, as everybody trying to say, but I don't see LeBron that way, but maybe he is. What's his options? Is Russell Westbrook career done? Is Russell Westbrook's career done? Will anybody sign him to a vet minimum if they buy him out and actually allow him to don the leadership role of a starting lineup, of a youthful starting lineup? Or does he sign and come off the bench for a contender? His latest news, will he get traded and bought out for the $48 million? I don't know. Does that even make sense for teams to do that? I know it does. You can get the money off the books by next year. For a lot of teams, that could make sense. Westbrook rankings compared to playoff contending point guards of last year, playoffs teams. We're going to rank them. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We here. But salute, man. Welcome back. Salute. Shout out to coordinatebleach.com. Custom apparel and accessories, 3D printing and all that. Check them out. Who else? Who else we got? KnowItAllDesigns.com. Custom website design. They're like a design company. Check them out. They do logos and ads, all of that stuff. So check them out. Those are good people, great business workers. I told them they gave me some love, so I give them some love every time. But back to BANGnACES. So the Lakers and Westbrook looks like they headed toward an inevitable divorce. So as reported on ESPN, Westbrook fires his agent 14 years after an agent and Westbrook's impasse of requesting a trade from the LA Lakers, as reported on ESPN. So first of all, Sir Charles, you get in here, man. How do you feel about that? How you feel about that? Do you like Westbrook? Do you want him? Do you want to get rid of him? Are you yearning to get Kyrie Irving? All of that. Like, let me know how y'all feel about that in the chat. Post that out there. Like, how y'all feel about that? All right. Westbrook decided to opt in for his last year, a $48 million deal. And in turn, strap cap the team. Lakers, who have been delayed at off-season additions since KD 7 and Kyrie Irving 11, trade requests in New Jersey. Lakers are eyeing Kyrie Irving, who has also opted into his deal with Brooklyn for one last year. Kyrie has been spotted in LA, working out, youth coaching, the summer league, youth coaching, while the Drew League was going on, making his rounds. I like Westbrook, but like I said before, I need him to come off the bench. I'm really not a Kyrie fan, even though he went to Duke. Okay. Kyrie is a great point guard. His numbers is through the roof, like at being a point guard when he plays. But he does have some flaws, and we'll identify that later when I'm talking about Westbrook. Westbrook, I feel, has proven to be strong, be available, play consistently to his game. He's the same Westbrook that was here five years ago. you know what I mean, 8 years ago. Like, he's the same guy every year. He play a certain way. And that way was great for 8 years. He hasn't won anything that way, but it was great. And we donned him on, we coaxed him on, we coaxed that ego to the $48 million man that he is today. The media coaxed his ego. We coaxed his egos as fans. He's a great player. So to expect him at his age and this level to change his game suddenly is unfair to ask and unrealistic. We would never ask LeBron to change his game, even though LeBron challenges himself and changes his own game. You know what I mean? So, but we would never do that. We would never go and ask these guys to change their attributes, and that even if they tried, I doubt that they can at this age, right? It's always been the coach's duty to take the best of attributes of a player and make it work for them. I don't understand why it's different now with Russel Westbrook. Why is it different? I'm up in the air with him at this age because he hasn't won. But to be fair, he's accomplished what he's accomplished with lesser. To be fair. To be fair, Lonzo Ball's game was crushed on the Lakers. To be fair, Rondo's game was crushed on the Lakers. To be fair, Kuzma's game was crushed and blamed on the Lakers. Randall's game was crushed and blamed on the Lakers. So it's very hard to play with the Lakers, even though they try to make LeBron the highest IQ in basketball, blah, 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 blah. He needs help. He can't be the only one plotting, and he needs people on the same page with him. We know that. But it's up to the coach to get that done. And I don't think last year's coach, he was just letting them run. He wasn't coaching them. He didn't have their respect. And I thought he should have lost his job earlier, but they was running it. So my thing is, now we're going to analyze Russel Westbrook, his so-called abysmal season, because he didn't average 29, 30 points. He averaged 18, 7, and 7. But we're going to rank that within the point guards that was in the playoffs last year. And I'm going to show you, and in my argument in defense of Russel Westbrook, that he had a down year, but not so down to be so disrespected by the media and by fans. He had a down year, but so did the Lakers. The Lakers weren't there. Their business moves were flawed from the beginning of the season, and I want to know why we're not talking about that. They're blaming the whole flaw on Russel Westbrook, and it's not just on him with a major fluke injury to AD mid-season. Consistent, no chemistry from the beginning. I remember the Miami Heat not having chemistry that first year and losing. They did make the playoffs, though. So these guys missed the playoffs, and they shouldn't have missed the playoffs, and we all agreed with that. But everybody knew at the beginning of the season they had an old team. Much older than these young boys. So I have that issue. LeBron, AD, and Westbrook. Reportedly, all right, As reported on Undisputed, Westbrook never requested a trade this year. But his name has been all in trade talks, and that's the business of the game, correct? And then you start involving him in trade talks with Irving, the business of the game, right? Then you start saying LeBron want him gone, the business of the game, right? So when he lets all of that pan out, and then on the third or fourth week decides, you know what? I'm done with all this slander. I'm done with the fan base. In his home city, and says, and requests a trade. Now that's not part of the business. So that's the part of the game that I don't really appreciate. I don't really appreciate the depreciation of the value of the man first, the player and the legend second. Yo, he had an off year. A lot of people had an off year. You know what his off year consisted of? 18 points. You know that was probably mid NBA. That's like probably top 15 of the top 32 point guards. Everybody else that's held at a higher, better than him, scoring less points than him, less assists than him, less rebounds than him. Now you have some young stars, Trae Young, Deontay Murray, all these guys on the come up, but they was going to be on the come up anyway. But his numbers, even in a down year, was better than half the league point guards. But he's playing in LA. And it's the bad press that he's pulled. And that's based off of all of that negative energy y'all presenting on him. It's like they kind of wanted him to fail. And he just his ego just fed that failure. Like, you know what I mean? So he's not unwarranted blame, or he's not unwarranted criticism on his abysmal season. But even in his abysmal season, it was better than most of these point guards. Let me explain. LeBron, AD, and Westbrook reportedly speak on the phone to recommit to each other among strained, unknown front office futures, acquisitions. I straight commend that action. I commend that action. Rather it happened 2 weeks ago, yesterday. I commend it. Because no matter what come about in this business, we gonna be good. We might play together later, we might not. We might play against each other, but as long as everybody good, right? And I believe that had something to do with him saying, you know what, I'm gonna be a man and I don't want to be here no more. I can't shine here. Playing with LeBron kind of quells everybody's light. And he has to be willing to make that sacrifice. You know what that sacrifice might be? Less points than 18. More assists. It might be averaging that triple-double, but a low point triple-double, 15 and 20 and 10. Or 15, 10, and 20. 20 assists playing on the LA. That would reinvent you like a what? But he definitely got to have the ball in his hands. And playing with LeBron, that's going to get hard. My thing is, LeBron was making the adjustment. He still averaged 30 last year. In a bad Russ year, LeBron still averaged 30.
So how could they say they're in jail? No AD, let's remember, no AD. The rest of them people, I don't know what the heck was going on over there. But they ain't winning in that young West. That West is a balling West. Let me get this email out. Yeah, that West is a balling West. Yeah. Something like that. Catch it over here. Yeah, so that West is strange, man. You see them Timberwolves came up this off season with a better defender. Then you got the Memphis Golden State Warriors with the champs. And you got a lot of other contenders, Nuggets on their way, Portland trying to fight, Utah about to lose their whole team. So yeah. I commend that action, Bronny. I believe it had this been done 2 weeks ago, media would not have been able to spin the narrative out of control. That Kyrie is headed to LA. Even if it was true, the narrative would have been in control of the players, of LeBron. Or the narrative of LeBron rather than Kyrie, headache over Westbrook, headache, which I don't think Kyrie automatically makes the Lakers better. I don't really think that Kyrie automatically makes the Lakers better than them having Westbrook right now. And y'all about to give up Westbrook for $48 million or probably 40, maybe less. And I don't know that Kyrie's that much better. I know that they won a championship at one time together. That was before Kyrie turned into this player. If he's not going to be there half the year, if mandations come into effect, you already know Kyrie not going to be there. So then having Westbrook to me would be better. But they saying he destroyed last season. That's what they saying. You know. Solely Westbrook. Solely Westbrook destroyed last season. It's so crazy. So crazy. Yeah. So we out here. Yeah. I don't know that Kyrie makes the Lakers better. Do they win that? How many more games do you think they win with Kyrie? Granted, he's there, right? Granted, injuries, all of this, right? And then I'm hearing people talk about AD being next year's MVP. AD hasn't been able to stay healthy and play 50 games. And come on, bro. Come on. Cut it out. Come on. His name was brought about this year, but it's protected. It's protected. He is a great player, but I don't know. I don't know. We had some stars come up this year. Watch out for Ja Morant. Watch out for Luka. Watch out for MVP. Jokic on a 2-year back-to-back. Y'all gonna let him take a third? You know what I mean? So come on. Let's be real. Let's be real. They need to make work. They have Kyrie, they have a 3. They definitely will have a 3, but they need to make work. Kyrie just coming off of getting swept in the first round. But at least they made the playoffs on the back of KD and the rest of those guys. To me, it would come down to who had the best chemistry, and that's where Kyrie would probably win. Westbrook has to play. I don't know about him coming off the bench. Behind who? He could probably outball every point guard you got there. Like, even if you bring Kyrie Irving, he would go hard. He would try to clothesline Kyrie Irving. That's why they have to get him out of there. He's that competitive. Now, the ego of Russ. I think the ego on Russel Westbrook will be to play immaculately better this year. And like I said, I expect these guys to be balling. After a Curry 4th ring, these guys I expect to come out balling this year. I expect Westbrook to be back to his triple-double, breaking the code. You know what I mean? I think that could be special. It's what everybody envisioned last year. I think it's just a year behind. He has to make an adjustment. It might be too late because they're talking about getting rid of him. After last year's first round sweep and tons of isolation ball, failure, Kyrie, I'd question the chemistry beyond LeBron. So the rest of the team, I don't know how well he'll mesh with the rest of the team, just like Westbrook. I feel like Westbrook ran into a chemistry mesh not only with LeBron, but with the rest of the team. Because LA run style is way different than OKC or Washington Wizards, or you know what I mean? It's way different. It's slow, way down. It's more isolated, half court driven. Even though LeBron likes to pass for the outlet and quick breaks and all that, it's more predicated to a half court offense where they set up and they all take their shot at it. Like, it's not where everybody's one moving piece. It's more like, all right, you get in position, all right, I got an open shot, I'm gonna take it. Or I don't have an open shot, you take it. Like, it's ran all right, and if it's efficiently ran, they can do something with it. And I just think this year they'll be more efficient. They all drilling to be. LeBron's drilling to be. AD back healthy, he drilling to be for the time that he's there. And I think Russ can shine in that moment, but him asking for a trade changes it all. He struggled with the chemistry last year, getting on the same page with Bronny, coaching, and the Lakers team. as well as discarded, as well as the discord with LeBron. So he was all discorded a little bit with LeBron. And still, like I said, LeBron took it in stride and scored 30 a game. If he would have been playing better, LeBron could have scored way more. Way more. Gotta be in you gotta be in tune with your superstar, man. You're not the only superstar, and I think that's the adjustment. He used to being the only superstar that makes that call. But now you're playing with superstars bigger than you. So it should have came easy. But I think it's more difficult than they trying to allude. LeBron is quoted on Barbershop Podcast. Released, I believe, this weekend. LeBron is addicted to winning championships. He gives people the adamant truth and glimpse of the mind behind the heart of a champion. Whether you like LeBron or not, that dude is serious. And when he speaks about the game with great respect that he does about the game, it's kind of honorable to hear him speak about the game of basketball. He is coded, and I figure all your life when you're an elite athlete, you have to be coded. But when he says he's addicted to winning championships, and he took so long to win a championship, after he started winning, I think you have to win to understand the feeling, you know. And I think that gets a little displayed in Curry winning this year and how emotional he got and all that. Like that winning feeling, once you win, you want to win all the time. He gave people the adamant truth and showed people what it was like behind the heart of a champion. He speaks about being able to see and sense the hunger or lack thereof, fellow teammates. He speaks about beginning a season with this mind state, with one mind state. He then speaks about mid-season transformations and the turn-up and then playoff hunger. It was a really great soundbite and topic. Salute to LeBron James. But yeah, LeBron sound like he is gearing up to have his most epic season. Now mainstream media is gobbled those bites up of information hunger and start to analyze and equate and spin the web and direct the statements toward Westbrook and LeBron James. I believe he was speaking in general, but they got him gearing it toward Westbrook, toward Anthony Davis, and I think he was speaking to all his teammates throughout his whole career. This is his mindset. If you wasn't there at the beginning of the season, at some point you had to get there, or he knew you didn't want it, and that's why you're not with him, or you didn't win a championship with him. You understand what I'm saying? I think he's talking with his common teammates right now, like with Westbrook coming out in the media a few months back saying it's just a game, it's a lost game. We come back tomorrow and we play. Though that is true, no, you playing for chips, you playing for the playoffs, we playing for wins. What we gotta get dub. And that's what LeBron alludes to. Salute. Welcome to BANGnACES, live and direct sport commentary. Live with your host, Bang. Today we're talking about the Lakers, Westbrook, LeBron, the whole shebang. Let's see. All past team experiences included included the Cavs team, the first one, the second Cavs team, Miami, and Lakers. LeBron's journey has been with plenty failed hurdles, yet also with succession and dominance. Arguably the best talent and baller in the world, the GOAT, GOAT, greatest of all time. Personally, to me, that is Jordan. But in this generation, LeBron has done immaculate things. Immaculate things. And I know that people have paved the way for him. I believe he knows that and he honors that a lot. I love watching Bron make those statements in detail. I don't think he was aiming at no one, just speaking his truth. And in any event that this new team and guys are thinking any other way going into the season, you know now, he just put them on notice and trajectory by reasserting himself to the Lakers and the guys. I already think the Lakers are in a better shape. And they got some new ads. They got some new ads that's gonna help them, like the Lonnie kid and Toscano kid, but they still need a base. And the three of them could be like a tri base, but I want to know who they're gonna have as their center, who they're gonna have as their shooter. Like, people would say it don't matter, but obviously it came into fruition last year. You know. So Bronny looking at Westbrook like, yo, what's good, bro? If we could get a better pick, we could be out to get a better pick. Like, you gotta deal with it. But Darvin Ham says he wants Westbrook in the fold. And I believe him. And as a coach, he should get his due. But that's dangerous as a new coach, because the media, in the event of a failure, the media is going to hang you, and so is the team. Russel Westbrook decided to part with his agent after 14 years over differences. Agent speaks and alludes that Westbrook is disgruntled and wants to trade out of LA. The agent recommended that is detrimental to his career. That's a decision that will lead to the finale of his career. Suddenly, Westbrook's stardom is exhausted, as if 18-7-7 is in every and anyone's stat line. I don't think so, but they basically saying anybody can give you 18, right? Averaging a triple-double for 3 years on 3 teams actually is a direct contradiction of Russ being a selfish player that can't play with anyone. Anyone? To be able to do that, do you realize you have to be able to play with people? You realize that, right? Like, in order to do that, you gotta be able to play with people. To average triple doubles and shit. So I don't know how he got the selfish player thing. Like, I get it. Like, people are mad him and KD didn't work out. But him and KD didn't work out, bro. I gotta get over that. People saying he didn't grow since the first day he came in, and I disagree. I think last year was an eye-opener. After KD left, his numbers went through the roof. KD's numbers went through the roof when he left. But so did Westbrook's. Then he started averaging a triple-double. Then he started doing it with ease. He became mad famous. He got that contract based off of it. So why would we hate on him and not just get within his game? Granted, he did have a high turnover and struggle season with LeBron and the unhealthy Lakers, weak coaching and no chemistry. But even with this abysmal season, I would like to argue where was the rest of the Lakers? The Melos, all of them. How did Westbrook be the end-all purpose, blamed, and blame of the failed season? I'm sorry, guys. How did he become the purpose and the main cause and blame of a failed season? Lakers go around a league of playoff teams and rate the stats of starting point guards. We're gonna rate the stats of starting point guards that made the playoffs, right? We're just gonna do that. The ones that made the playoffs. Okay. Playoff teams with playoff teams point guard play, okay? Point guard play. For the season, they season numbers. Trae Young led the pack. This is point guards. 28.4 points per game. This is in points, right? Ja Morant had 27.4 points per game. Spider D. Mitchell had 25.9 points a game. Kyrie Irving was number 3 at 27.4, tied with Ja Morant. Spider Mitchell, number 4, 25.9. Steph Curry, number 5, 25.5. Fred VanVleet, number 6, at 20.3. And then you have Russell Westbrook at number 7 at 18.5. Followed by Drew Holiday at number 8, 18.3. Tyrese Maxey at 16.3. Jose Alvarado, all great players, y'all, that went far in the playoffs too. 16.1. Chris Paul. Everybody ranking on my boy Westbrook, but Chris Paul. 14.7. Right? So it goes Westbrook 7, Drew Holiday 8, Tyrese Maxey 9th, Jalen Brunson 10th at 16.3. Then you got Alvarado 11, Chris Paul 12 in scoring for the season. Kyle Lowry 13th. Lonzo Ball, 14th. Monty Morris, 12.6, 15th. And Marcus Smart, who went to the finals, is the 16th in scoring in that bunch. Russell Westbrook was number 7. Now, they didn't make the playoffs, but that's what how horrible is he? All right, so that was just points. Y'all. That was just points. Y'all want to tell me my boy career about to be over? Are y'all crazy? Y'all killing careers. Y'all media, Y'all people killing careers. I don't know. It might be personal. It might be because he cursed you out on Twitter. I don't know. But y'all killing careers. Stats don't lie, man. Russel Westbrook ranked top 7 in scoring amongst all playoff contending counterparts at point guard, with top 5 being Trae Young, Ja Morant, Kyrie Irving, who played shortened games, so his numbers are inflated. He only played 28 out of the 82 games or some shit like that. But he still averaged, and he made the playoffs, 27.4. Donovan Mitchell, 25.9. Steph Curry, 25.5. So that was the top 5. All of them made it far in the playoffs except for Kyrie Irving. So I'm not saying Westbrook didn't have a down year. Can he play better? I know he's gonna play better. Better than 18.5 a game. Better. I can't say he's gonna be scoring 45, 36. Nah, he might have a night where he scored 28 here, 20. He might have a night where he scored 30. But on the Lakers, all you need him to score is 22 points, get his triple-double, and the rest of it is going to be done by the Lakers. So it's easy. It's more easier said than done, but let's move on. Top assists, best assists amongst the playoff contention team point guards. Same protocol, just for assists. Let's rank them. CP3, number 1, with 10.8 assists a game for the season. Trae Young, number 2, with 9.7 assists for the season. And guess who's top 3, y'all? Russel Westbrook, 7.1 assists a game. And they saying he playing selfish. So if he passed the ball more to they selfish, he gonna average his triple-double. And he 3rd in the league. Now let's go to number 4, Kyle Lowry. I think it says 7.5 assists a game. So he's actually number 3, and Westbrook is number 4. Drew Holiday is 6.8 assists a game. So he averaged more than Drew Holiday when it comes to assists. He incorporated his team more than Drew Holiday, but they're saying he's a selfish player. He's dead. And you got to remember, LeBron got the ball a lot out of his hands. They can't interlap, but they're gonna interlap. They play a lot of minutes. They getting paid $50 million. Like, they gotta play these minutes. I can't see it coming off the bench. But if Westbrook is getting paid $3 million, do you start him? Or that's not startable salary? If he's your best option, I would say you start him. So I don't know, man. Now, last but not least, let's identify. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's go to rebounding. Best rebounding point guard amongst the point guard playoff contention counterparts. Guess who leads the pack at number 1? Russel Westbrook with 7.4 rebounds a game as a point guard. Guess who's in second? Lonzo Ball, 5.4. Ironically, both those guards struggled in LA. Ja Morant, number 3, 5.4. Tied with Lonzo Ball. Steph Curry comes in 4th, 5.2 assists a game. Rebounds. Drew Holiday, 4.5 rebounds a game. And then Kyrie and Van Fleet at 4.4. Last but not least, let's identify the turnover difference between playoff contention point guards from the highest to the least, since they are saying that this is his floor. He had the most turnovers in the whole year, in the whole game out of everybody. Oh my God, he had the most turnovers, which is cat. He did have high turnovers, but it was cat. Believe Trae Young leads the league. Believe Trae Young leads the league. And Trae Young was a playoff contention team. When you are a superstar guard and you got the ball in your hands and you're gonna make turnovers. Dribbling past, you're gonna make turnovers. When you playing more high 30-something minutes and you got the ball in your hands, and this is what's gonna prove it. Now, can you play better? Yeah, you can play better. But when you play hard, it is what it is. As long as it ain't like 6, 7 turnovers every night, like, come on, bro. But here go their averages. First, from highest to least. First, Trae Young, 4.0 turnovers a game. Second, Westbrook, 3.8. Third, Ja Morant, 3.4. Fourth, Steph Curry, 3.2. My boy got a half a turnover, averaging a half a turnover more than these dudes. A half a turnover. Now, that may be like two turnovers more a game. But come on. These are all superb point guards playing high minutes. Sir Charles asks, how many turnovers does Russel Westbrook average a game? 3.8. Trae Young, 4.0. Ja Morant, 3.4. Steph Curry, 3.2. Spider Mitchell, 3.3. 3 a game. Drew Holiday, 2.7. So that's nearly 1 turnover less than Westbrook every game. Van Fleet, it means they play better. They play better. 2.6. But this is the kicker. In 8th spot is Kyrie Irving, who only played 28 games. And he's already at 2.5. So imagine he played 82 games. It's definitely the highlight of my point. Out of all these guys who played a lot of games, they're all around the same average turnovers. They're all superstar point guards, and they're dominating with the ball in their hands, and they're all around an average number is around 3.5 turnovers a game. And they're all about there, except for Drew Holiday and Van Fleet, Kyrie Irving and them. They playing better, but they take less shots. They score less points. Van Fleet and Drew Holiday, actually Van Fleet scoring 20 a game, so he's scoring more points Drew Holiday scored less points a game. Westbrook is producing more. So my thing is with the whole stuff, don't really analyze it. Bad play is bad play, but analyze it. Is it average? Is it, and what was the determining factor of them not making the playoffs? You know what I mean? Like, what's the determining factor for that? Like, that's what I'm trying to understand. Like, it wasn't Westbrook, is my point. Okay, now after this analysis, I think Westbrook criticism is fair regarding the offseason and struggles. He obtained joining arguably the best player in the world. However, I believe it's an overblown narrative that Russ is finished in the NBA. I truly don't understand how that can happen overnight, but it seems like it's a media movement. Everybody's in agreement, and that pressure right there, teams are going to be reluctant, let's just say reluctant, to sign him because he's painted as a problem instead of judged on his game, and his numbers say it all. He's a legacy player, a Hall of Fame player, and a LA native, and LA should be protecting him. And they're not. So I just wanted to come on today and in his due, let everybody know the numbers I found, and don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Somewhere out there, there's a GM that understands the game and know that he got plenty left in the tank. And, what could affect your game, you miss a lot more shots, is when you're not comfortable and you're not happy. You have to let the game flow like any other game. You got to let that flow. And it starts with your happiness to be on that court. So I could tell he's been playing mad. He's been snapping mad. He's not a bad dude. He's a good dude. A family man, a father first, and he should be respected. Calling him out his name is unreasonable, but part of the game. And I do believe it's what you signed up for as a superstar. If you want to be considered a superstar, then people are going to slander you. They're going to love you. They're going to want to touch you. They're going to all kind of stuff, take pictures of you, all kind of stuff. So I think, people have to evolve with that fame. And he played in small markets. And I think LA market, the glitz and glamour, though he's from there, I think that pressure from being from there, he had a hard time adjusting to. And that's very real with anybody. And I feel like they've given this excuse to other superstars. And I don't understand the reluctance and the hate of the fans not doing the same for Russell Westbrook. His scoring was down. However, Steph Curry, the champion, averaged 7 more points than him for the season and trailed Russ in every statistical category except turnovers. And even that category, Russ had a turnover. He got 0.6, 0.5 turnovers more per game. So almost same amount of turnovers each game. Russ ranks highest statistically at rebounds, assists, I believe steals. And he just trails in scoring by 7 points to Steph Curry. Top 2 in turnovers, however, all guards and playmaker point guards such as John Morant, Steph Curry, Spider Mitchell, Trae Young, Russell Westbrook all have high turnover rankings. Like we discussed before, they had high minutes and they got the decision-making duties. That's higher than most point guards, so they have high turnovers. These guys all are less than 0.5 turnovers in range of each other, so they all are playing average compared to that usage. I would argue Kyrie Irving 2.5 turnovers a game in the minuscule 28 games played worse than all point guards who played a complete season and have higher turnover rating at 0.9 or 1 more than everybody. Ooh, that's deep, right? That's deep. Yeah, LA wasn't a good fit for him, and I can accept that. I can accept that if he can accept that. That's up to him if he's gonna change that, right? I can accept that LA wasn't a good fit for him, but what I can't accept is the character slander. We're talking about basketball here, bro. It's a beautiful game that Russell Westbrook has proven to love, in my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so I really have a discord about how the media is weighing in after setting the original narrative that he was the worst Hall of Famer and point guard career, maybe on the verge of the conclusion of his career. Now they start with the pity party saying they feel bad for him and double down at Westbrook scoffing at his rebellious attitude to these narratives. And he has the right to feel offended and be rebellious to narratives that are untrue. Like, you know, most people ain't gonna do the breakdown like I just did with you. But if you don't believe me, you can do it yourself. I spent some time, and these are basic numbers. You know what I mean? We could go deeper. We could go deeper. Anybody want to feel different in the comments? Drop whatever. Drop your challenge in the comments and in the chat. I welcome it. You know, and we'll check it out. We could check it out together. I don't care. This is what it's about. But the Lakers in the off-season pinch and their business, you know, I remember Magic Johnson working there, and then they ran in Rob Pelinka, and then there was a little skedazzle, and Pelinka got lucky with the ring during the COVID season. But at the end of the day, the last 3 years, they've given up their future. They've given up their ceiling for some of these players. So it comes a time when you have to make a break. Bang! Z2 Motorsports, salute. Welcome to the chat. It comes a time when you have to make a break. You know what I mean? And I believe Russell Westbrook is in a matter of desperation right now. And he knows his talent. He knows his feeling, how he's in a fight back mode. And I think that he could play better than most point guards. He has the experience, the knowledge, he's there. And everybody has a right to have a bad season. I believe everybody on the Lakers all had bad seasons. when you come from losing basketball, like the great said, you fall into a lull. You get caught in bad habits. You don't know how to play winning basketball. And that's where it takes winning basketball coaching. Winning basketball coaching. Hence Darvin Ham, which I'm still out on Darvin Ham. Yes, he's an ex-player. Yes, had great tutelage. And seems to have even a greater character. And the players are responding to him. But I'm still out on him. I don't know that coaching LeBron James, which should make it easy, but in his 20th season, with all of this hoopla as part of the LA job, though, is the best first job for him. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Russel Westbrook fired his agent after 14 years because he wants out of LA. But after opting in, a $48 million, 1-year contract might get brought out within a trade scenario, which would mean he would have to settle for way less in a buyout situation. His agent said this would be part of it. He said it was bad business to request a trade. For me, it depends. It depends on the happiness of Russel Westbrook. It depends on his happiness. The game is going to be predicated to his happiness, bro. These basketball players are fragile. Fragile. They will start shooting funky in a second, twist an ankle. They will do all of this stuff in a second. When they fear the moment, all of this stuff will start happening. Okay, so for me, it depends on his happiness. The best opportunity to have a bounce back season and potentially can contend for a championship over anywhere else is LA. So you out your mind. If you feeling healthy and confident and you know you could crack these point guards and you got LeBron James and a healthy AD coming off a failed season, man, don't you think that man will be thrived and ready to go? Don't you think that man will be thrived and ready to go? Man, listen, bro. Listen. Let's see what's going on here with this camera, bro. Let's see what's going on here with this camera. Yeah, what else I said? I believe the media wants him to get cut and for his career to be over. Sort of like Carmelo Anthony, he'll make the little tour, get traded around, then he won't want to do that off the bench thing. Then he will have to sit for a year, then come back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they want him to go through the typical, hurrah, out of the league. And I don't think it should go like that. I think he still got enough in him to play for a contender, or decide to be a teacher and run with some young boys and teach them the game. And as rapidly as you can help them learn the game, and I mean teaching young point guards the game, and he definitely needs to think about a different role and earn some respect back. But respect is earned and not given. And even when it's earned, people gonna disrespect you. The game. Don't disrespect the game, though. Don't disrespect the game. Stats relegate him in his last year to be within the top 10 of active point guards in the game. I say top 10 to top 15. Nobody probably wants him at 48 mil. But if Russ signs a vet minimum and joins a youth squad, that could be dangerous. And put his mind to leading and dropping the egotistical attitude and actually help young guys elevate to star levels, he can reinvent himself and at the same time try to alter the set narrative and end his career on a very high, strong note and challenge for win somewhere, but where? Where is he gonna go win? Where can he go do this? It might have to be a team like OKC, or even maybe joining Giannis and the Bucks. I don't know. But I'm your host, Bang, and I came down with this critique after I was curious and checking how bad his numbers was, and I noticed where his numbers was, and his numbers wasn't as bad as everybody try to go crazy about. And then everybody's trying to disregard it. So now that I bring this up and told you about his numbers, people will still disregard. Oh, that's not. He's a stat patter. He's a this. I never heard anything like it in my life, bro. Westbrook has enough in the tank. If he's healthy, he's been available. He's been healthy. He's been available. Has a crushed star ego. Knows he can play beyond a 3-point shot. His attributes in the chamber run laps around young point guards. If he has the high salary handcuff removed, team's fear and risk is removed. He should obtain a job where he starts somewhere, maybe not on a contender, but somewhere. Russel Westbrook would have to decide what he wants to prioritize: a championship or a good starting paying job. To be continued on Russel Westbrook. I really hope for the best for him. But this is the business of basketball, and you do have to produce, especially when you got the greatest player in the world, bro. Now you don't play with both the greatest players in the game and failed with both of them miserably, and that's just a bad look. That's for that reason alone, I wouldn't leave the Lakers until I win. You know what I mean? I really wouldn't. Me, Bang, I like Russell Westbrook, but like I said earlier, he's not bulletproof, and he cannot stand shy of any criticism to that abysmal season. But in going into this season, for the hoopla and the stuff to start this way, I wonder if LeBron is going to re-up. I wonder if he's debating on opting out. And if that happens, the Lakers really debacle this thing totally the F up. Totally. And I would look at Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss. Jeannie Buss saying that she wanted to go with some moves that they were thinking about doing last year. Buddy Hield over Kyrie. I think they should go with their gut. But like I said in the event of KD trying to move around, You better check with your star player and his vision, man, and get him what he want. He wanted Russel Westbrook. I would make him play with him because he wanted him. I wouldn't chase Kyrie this year. You can sign Kyrie next year for free. I mean, not for free, but for lesser. You know what I mean? Or you could trade for him mid-season, depending on the value up or down. So I wouldn't go crazy to trade him. I would let them start the season, see what they do with Darvin Ham early and these young guys, and put some respect on his name, man. Russel Westbrook. Russel Westbrook. Put some respect on his name, man. That's a legend walking right there, active in the game and being disrespected off an abysmal season. And that's okay. That happens when you lose a step. That happens when you playing overzealous. You got your family in the crowd every night. All of that stuff. You're thinking about the safety. You know what I mean? Too much, Russ. Too much. Stop being a show-off fashion guy. Get back to the basics and play some basketball, bro. I'm your host, Bang. This is BANGnACES live and direct sport commentary. I asked. I thought Ace would come stop in today, but he didn't. And that's basically what I have on Westbrook. What y'all think, man? What you thinking? What you thinking out there, folks? Salute to everybody that came in. Salute to the supporters and fans. Don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe button. Tell me what y'all thinking in the comments. If y'all disagree, if y'all getting rid of Westbrook, what y'all doing? Y'all think y'all could win a champion without him? Y'all just proved y'all couldn't win it with him. With his 18. Y'all think y'all can win it without him? Y'all think AD gonna stay healthy? Oh yeah. God willing. God willing. Y'all don't have no plan Bs to that? After last year's little spectacle? Y'all don't have no plan Bs to that? Y'all better get a plan B. That real Randall situation looking like a nice plan B. Y'all better really think about that. I'm your host, Bang. This is BANGnACES, live and direct sport commentary. The Universal Sport Channel. Hashtag BANGnACES Sports in the chat, in the comment. Let me know you visited it. Give me your opinion on the case, on everything else. And are we out of here? We talked about rest. Oh, let's talk about a little bit about LeBron. Sir LeBron plays in the Drew League this summer for free. Well, not for free, but you know, he ain't charging for that. He ain't getting paid for that. And he balls out. Plays every minute. Has DeMar DeRozan on his team. They close game and they lose. They win. But man, people critique him like he was playing an active game in LA. And I mean, he was playing a game in LA, but like on the Lakers court and something. And that was crazy. Yeah. Yeah. He's one of the reasons why we didn't win. I'll blame some games on him. Not all games. Not every game. No way. No way. I'll blame some. He got some faults though. Like you said, they just all got faults though. They all got faults. don't know where they bigs were. Getting out rebounded. How he one of the top rebounding point guards, and y'all being out rebounded by the big man position, and he one of the best rebounders. Like as the point guard, like that's the problem. You second chance points is negated, all of that stuff. But so LeBron, I don't know if he's gonna opt out or opt in. We talked about that a little bit. I would suspect he's gonna opt in. All the signs is that he's gonna opt in, and we'll see. But he says he's addicted to winning, and that was a heck of a comment inside the mind of a GOAT. Oh, he says this, and the media went crazy on LeBron, like, oh, he trying to tell subliminals here and there, da, da, da. It's like they couldn't handle it. So I think he's a great person. Like he does things. I think that was a good sign on what his mind state is going into the season. Is on ball. He even went back to the street game and played just to get into gear. Like it's no Olympics this year, so let me go play some ball this summer. He ain't could have been on vacation somewhere. He went and played publicly. That was big for him, and salute going into his 20th year. I expect this to be an epic season for LeBron James. That's what I'm saying. This is going to be such a great season in basketball. So many different changes, but the storylines, man, the storylines. LeBron is not trying to let these guys get to 5 before him. He's playing for something. I believe KD going to be playing for something. I believe Kyrie playing for some more respect. I believe like it's just going to make the league so much better to have these guys at full kilt. Like, it's going to be crazy. Yeah, no defense. No defense. That's a key thing. Even the front office, they didn't make the adjustment. They seen Russel Westbrook struggling in November and December. Not that they could trade him at the $50 million, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they're seeing that. So they were supposed to make an adjustment within the team. Get a player that could come help when Russell on the bench, extend his minutes on certain nights, all of that. Like they didn't do it. Now they're trying to do all these moves right now, but it's like they reverting back to in regret to last year's moves that they didn't make. They're trying to make this year. And I don't think you necessarily should do that. You know what I mean? They signed Pippen Jr. I don't know if Shaq Jr. is still on the team. I think he was trying to get a two-way or something like that. I don't think he made it. Had a rough summer league, but we'll see. We'll see. Lakers had a rough summer league as well. So, but yeah, salute to LeBron. LeBron is on another wave. Yeah, y'all need to go see that interview. It's on the barbershop or the shop on YouTube, I believe. Just search it up and you'll see it. It was a great interview to watch. A pure interview. Don't believe the hype of the media. I'm your host, Bang. This is BANGnACES Live and Direct. And until next time, I'm going to get out of here. Salute. Salute to the chat. Salute to Sir Charles Z2. Oh, who is this? Let me see. Zone Life TV, Z2 Motorsports. Salute to all of y'all guys, man. Salute to all of y'all guys. Let's go comments. Right. Oh, he got the 2-8 there? Alright, so he got the 2-8 there. I didn't know that he did get it. Thought he lost it. But yeah, this was the Laker take on here on BANGnACES Live and Direct Sport Commentary. Hashtag BANGnACES Sports. Or BANGUSA Sports. One word. And y'all have a good night, man. Until next time. Salute. Bang!
How much I keep it real, that's right, we was talking about how many niggas I killed, cause everybody knows that everybody's a gangster. Where's the snitches at? Where's the bitches at? Where's the niggas that just can't take the pressure, man? Where's the set trippers, the fiends, and backstabbers? I'm just trying to know how everybody this for my niggas flipping bricks, hitting licks, getting knots. Who hear my sound, love it, and bump it like chicken pox. Sick when I clash, engaging with metal. My shotty gon' twist him around like the Tasmanian devil. You crazy, I settle for nothing. Maybe a couple $100 grand. You say you not a bitch, but I know that you not a fucking man. Understand what that poison you spitting? I got the antidote with niggas that'll kidnap your family over a gram of coke and jam your throat. With barrels that's longer than your esophagus. Cock back, pump your stomach and leave ulcers that make the doctors cringe. I'm hot with this. You can say that I'm trying to be a novelist or IRS the way I'm trying to get my paper back. Why y'all stress how I'm gonna find a way to cake with that? Mind y'all next before I take them off and break it back. The art of war. Ain't no hating that like a jar raw. Shorty can't do it, tried to drop it like that's hot. I told her not to raise it back like Arkansas. And tell them jealous niggas to stop hating before I turn this brain to tartar sauce. That kid is sweet, he only thuggin' when he out with y'all. See what I mean? He gon' get somebody carted off, and it's not gon' be me, cause when I leave, I got to bounce across. Splash from the speaker, you gon' swear the blood come out the floor. And after we leave burning, I hope you got the house for sure. You heard me? Since you talking that shit like every
like a terrorist threat, to the top like a fair high on the apex. Old school, new school, every goon on deck.
They don't wanna see me shine. Might go blind, and the blind can't leave the blind. Dropping gems on them, they don't pay no mind. Nope. It ain't worth throwing girls and swine. Love that fast money, wanna stick something. But a slow million better than a quick 100. One line at a time, keeping hits coming. Uncut blow, take a whiff of it. It's a shame what they do for wealth. Wanna be Wayne, shoot yourself. Like December 31st. Let off from choppers like it's January 1st. July 4th with them fireworks. Put that mask on, October 31st. You the best, guess we the worst. This is my world, Mr. Universe.
Live and direct for the cash and respect. From the bottom of the barrel like a terrorist threat. To the top like a crown high on the apex. Old